After neo-Nazi marches shook Nashville last year, Tennessee lawmakers are taking aim at hate with new legislation.
The Protecting Everyone Against Crime and Extremism Act, there's a name, is a three-bill series that would dictate everything from the kinds of flyers that can be distributed to how close you can get to police. State Capitol Tori Gessner explains.
From bridges and overpasses to Broadway, neo-Nazi hate groups marched in Nashville in February and July, carrying swastika flags, distributing hate-filled flyers, and chanting with their faces covered. 6 months later,
this has been an ongoing discussion of what we can do to have the best bill we possibly can.
Republican Senator Mark Pody introduced the Protecting Everyone Against Crime and Extremism, or PEACE Act, aimed at cracking down on hate in the state.
When there are protests and such, I want to protect the First Amendment right that they can protest, they can do it, but they got to do it in a respectful and peaceful way.
The bills would make it illegal for extremist groups to go into neighborhoods and parking lots and leave hate-filled flyers. It would also ban hanging signs on bridges, overpasses, and tunnels. The legislation would make it a misdemeanor to give a fake name or no name to police when they're detained and arrested, and prohibit riding in the back of a box truck.
We watched the people come in to protest, and they came into Nashville in box trucks, and we want to find a way that we can stop it. Law enforcement didn't feel they had enough enforcement power at that point.
One of the bills would also make it a Class C misdemeanor to come within 25 feet of an officer after they ask the person to stop or get back. Pody says it gives law enforcement a buffer. States like Indiana and Louisiana have passed similar legislation, but it's been strongly criticized and legally challenged. The ACLU arguing it could make it harder to film police activities and it violates the First Amendment, which a federal judge in Indiana ruled against last year. Pody worked with Republicans and Democrats, police, district attorneys, Jewish community leaders, and more to find the right balance between free speech and hate.
I don't want to step on somebody's First Amendment right that they can protest, they can say what's on their mind, and I don't want to stop that, because a lot of people protest some of the things that I say and do, and I don't want to stop that in any way. But I do want to say that if they're doing it in such a way that it's intimidating.
Pody says it shouldn't be tolerated. Majority Leader William Lamberth is sponsoring the PEACE Act in the House. According to the TBI's annual hate crime report, there were 122 reported hate crimes in Tennessee in 2023 that were committed because of someone's race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or gender.